Here we go. Also, the little Tamagotchi, the PAL thing, is probably updated now, so it should work fine. There we go. We're gonna play a detective game. Well, first off, Code Vein is actually running well enough last stream, just some stutters, but it's watchable. Yeah, it's just, there was so much stutter in the beginning, less than more than less, that it was kind of like getting to me a bit. I guess it was also kind of got to me just yesterday, to be honest. I don't know why, but it was like, it happens too often, too much, that it's just like kind of annoying to watch after a while. I'm glad it was like this watchable. And secondly, have you changed FPS and OBS from 30 back to 60? Don't think so. Nope. Is it noticeable? I can't change that now, by the way, because that is something that is stuck now because I'm streaming, and I have already been doing this for 20 minutes, and I'm not gonna stop here because we're gonna have another ad. Fair enough. As long as it's fine, I am just gonna let it be. I paused you damn thing. There we go. Wait, did I pause the right thing? The fuck did I do? Why can't I hear the game? Is there any... Yeah, to be fair, I kind of like the art style of the girl as well. That's not the reason why I got it, but it was kind of like, ooh. And then I noticed it was a mystery game, and I liked the art style, so I was like, yes. Wait. Oh, fucking hell, wait a second, did I? Yep. 1950 day, and that was back at the time. I can't hear shit, by the way, give me a second. The problem is, like, if I change a certain sound setting, there are, like, things that will, like, fuck around. Nomadic. Yeah, it is those. Then why am I not capable of hearing it? There we go. The fuck? Wait. Did I open my OBS before I actually did the headphones? Ah, fuck it. But this looked really neat, actually. So move, yeah, run and interact. Okay, so that's fine. And that's very lively animation for a side-scroll mystery game. Just fuck it with ball. Yeah, fair enough. Apparently we're Detective Foster. The art style is really interesting, actually. What I'm kind of trying to figure out is the way. Also, that was auto-modded. As I said, we did like whole last list of things, and sometimes I'm allowed to allow it, and sometimes I'm not allowed to allow it. So yeah, I can read it. I read it out loud, but people cannot see it in chat. But something I realized is, like, you see how they have like the light at the back of them. Like, there is, think it like this. You see the hats. There is a light up top because it covers their eyes, and there is this backlight like behind them that is much stronger than the front. But then they also have the lines that's supposed to look like shading. Yeah, their ass is shining. That one I'm allowed to do, apparently. But that kinda looks good, but also confuses me of why is there like shadowing lines specifically where the light comes in. It might just be because they're trying to make it look... I forgot how many words we actually filter back then. Oh yeah, we did a lot. I don't even know how many. Speaking of how many, I'm curious about one thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna go into stream elements. Why? Because I want to check something. Give me a second, because now when you said how many, I was curious of how many quotes we now have. Chatbot, quotes. 45, and the last one, which was from 2023, was And 2022, apparently I did something that's another way of pounding her. Fair enough, actually. We have two more than that. Which one is 43, actually? Give me a second. 43 is, I don't know what he's doing here other than just shaking his ass. Oh, that was Lost Souls, something like that. The Resident Evil like the game. The other one I don't know, because that was like a year after. Well, then I just have to be quote worthy then. Then I just have to be quote worthy. I don't even know where I come from. But apparently it was not last year, like 3 years, two years ago. Yeah, it's up to me apparently, just saying stupid shit. Craving ribs, what? Wait, what were we talking about? What ribs? Spare ribs? Your ribs? Is he a cannibal? Other streamers clip farm, but you just quote farm. Fair. I kind of wish also I was clip worthy as well. Wait, how do I? Oh, okay. I feel like I don't really am like saying shit that is like contemplate. I don't know why, but this brings out the whole like X to down. Z or to contemplate. I'm gonna contemplate on life. But I feel like I don't say enough shit lately or do enough shit to be able to like be quoted or even like clipped. Stop for a moment and think. Okay, I want to contemplate life here. Yep, I know I was supposed to do that. William Russell. Oh damn, that guy has at least seen like better days, hasn't he? How are things looking? And the man of the hour. Damn, I thought that was the man of the day. Shit, only an hour, huh? What took you so long? We're already done with an initial sweep. Sorry, couldn't find my badge in my coat pocket. How deep are your pockets? Okay, he lost his badge. Wait, you actually lost a badge? Apparently life is full of surprises. You look like you have seen better days though. What is tricky about it? Oh, we found a dead body. No, that what happened here. It's tricky. I don't know why, but that just made me think like, hey, it's tricky the VTuber who did this. To be fair, there are times I've seen you and you're pretty clip-worthy, but it's mostly just you being oblivious. And the rest of you making a joke, and I don't think they're pretty quote-worthy sometimes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, look, our buddy has grown up. Don't forget to feed and play with him, because otherwise he will die. And this time you don't need to spam it 10,000 times per 10 minutes. I was watching a clip of you not getting the joke while playing Tears of the Kingdom, and man, it was funny. Right, that one. It's like, it took me such a long time, and I was thinking for it for like, I don't know how long. I was like, oh, I get it now. And people call me smart. I'm like wondering what the hell they're talking about. I reckon Kevin will have to agree with me once he takes a look at this scene. Informant witness. Huh? Yeah, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, start from the beginning. I was walking down the footpath here and I was going off work last night. What exactly do you mean by last night? It was something like midnight or half past, I think. So 00 or 0:30. Fair enough. Yeah, I've been working graveyard shifts all the time. And we're short-staffed. Like, for me, graveyard shift always feels like we work beyond midnight. Does that mean I've done graveyard shift at least 12 in the evening? I'm gonna have to feed my pet here. Also, yes, it is basically a baby now. It doesn't need as much attention. It basically, and at the same time, it also, I would say, like, that's the thing with these. The baby doesn't have much in maximum, but the other ones has, so they would take longer to go down, but you don't need to like it doesn't go up to maximum when we do shit like this. I think it has like 900 or 1,000 or something, and I'm basically giving it like about 10 minutes of time. I get tired when I go back home late at night. I can't even spend my time playing with my kids. Fair enough. Maybe I should look for a new job before the company really goes bust. That's a fair point. Does the pet HP actually go down gradually? Because I might just be ignorant, but I don't really remember seeing green bar going down. I don't know. That I've been so focused on the stream that whenever it died and you said there was a gravestone, I should have seen something. But it's supposed to gradually go down by the calculation of half of how the hell do I explain this? Under half the mood, plus under half of food, and take the difference of full food and full that, and remove HP. So, but for example, I have like 100 food, and we go to 49 food. That basically means he will lose 1 HP. But it's only if both are under half. Which means that because of how quickly our little buddy here might lose his mood and hunger, it might have just gone down that quickly, because for each second, it basically goes from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is basically how fast it loses. It basically gradually goes up. No idea, but he seems to be alive. Either that or someone's like pulling a string on him. Raging alcoholic. What that? He's living the good life, unlike somebody who's been working all this time. I don't know about good time, but fair enough, I guess. Anyway, anyone can look quiet and seemingly from a distance. Sit there like that. I guess other people thought the same about me when I was sitting there. I guess we'll stop launching here, like that. So I went back home thinking that the man was asleep. There after a night of heavy drinking. I was asleep there after a night of heavy drinking. Drinking against the seawall. People do that sometimes, I suppose. Right? And he was waving his arm like this. I wasn't sure if he was sleeping or turning, but anyway, if the guy was that drunk, it's not that strange of a thing, is it? But anyone would have thought the same, but this morning something happened. I always commute using this footpath, you see. I was on my way to work today, and that man was still there, slumped like a log, in the same spot. I mean, he was dressed neatly and all, and he's out there sleeping on the street. But it was odd he went down to the beach to see what was up. So I went down to the beach to see what was up with him. When I got close to him, I noticed that he wasn't breathing. And he looked very pale. Yay! Feed the pet. Yay! Play with the pet. That's why I went to the phone booth and reported it to the police. Right now, also I realized something. If you have a very active chat, I'm getting the feeling I'm gonna have to change how much you need to feed or how much you're losing. Because right now we mostly just need to feed and pet it once every 10 minutes. Preferably for that, because I think after around 10 minutes it will start losing health. But if you have a very active chat, I feel like most people want to do that. Yesterday night, he was alive. This morning, he ends up dead. Ooh, okay. Open notebook. Okay, where's my notebook? Inspect. Ooh, I can inspect. Okay, yeah. So are you sure you saw him alive and waving his arm last night? Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks, Mr. James. Hey, William, let me take a closer look at the body. I have my badge with me today, so I think I'll need your help, detective. Whatever. Go on. Look around. Okay, I'm gonna look around. Look. Oh. Okay, so look around, I think, is allowing me to see who I can talk to, I think. Because it's kind of yellowed out around here. Yeah, okay, so look around does this, which allows me to see where I can interact. A man was discovered dead leaning on the seawall at the end of Somerset Beach footpath. The corpse looked as calm as a person who is fast asleep in a restful nap. I believe also my baby here will be evolving around an hour in, perhaps a bit less, because what I basically did was try to divide it into 3 and basically make the baby probably a bit less. I haven't really done a very good calculation with stuff like that, but that's because I'm still trying out some stuff. But we do technically have about 4 forms for this guy. 2 is the young, and 1 is adult, 1 baby and 1 egg. So if we do this again, we can check stuff here. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I can speed it up. Good. Because that was so slow. Wait, this is not a handkerchief. There's something interesting in his chest pocket. Sima. Ooh, mysterious. Well, I just found this in the man's chest pocket. Did you notice this? Oh wait, he had something more on him? It's a Oh, something poking out of his damn pocket. I don't think we need to touch that. Excuse me? Did you miss this on the first sweep? I forgot to check his chest pocket. But that's what is SEMA? What does that mean? I'm almost tempted to do voices, but I don't know if I'm too tired for that. The letters are printed on a pulp-based paper with equal margins. Seems like he tore it from a book of some sort. Normally in a pocket like this, people would put a folded handkerchief. Why do they put a handkerchief in a pocket like that, actually? I've never really thought of that. If this man left this note here, it would have been something important to the deceased man, I suppose. At least he wouldn't have lost it if he put it in somewhere like this. Okay. And there was some stuff more. His hand. Let's check his hand. The man's fingers are stained with the nicotine. The man's been a heavy smoker. For his fingers to be this color, they must have been smoked at least 2 packs a day. Fucking hell. I think I know the cause of him dying then. Since his other hand is clean, he must have had smoked with his left hand only. Guess he would have been left-handed. His hands are very clean and smooth without any calluses or scars. His nails are filed neatly too. The suit seems to be quite expensive kind too. He would have been a well-endured upper-class businessman. Or at least would have worked in some sort of white-collar job. Also, I am checking the little babe there, just to check on its health and stuff. Because it might just be that there's some sort of bug still, which means that the health might just go down an instant. If anyone wants to feed it and pet it, then absolutely feel free to do that. But personally, I'm just gonna look at it, just to see what it does. Because I can see that food has gone down already. There's still mood left. I think I made it more hungry than moody. It must look like a hand-rolled cigarette. The shape and size of the filter is slightly different from regular ones. Well, where did you find this cigarette? Oh, that. We found this on his tie. On his tie. On this man's tie. Look, it was just on his tie like this. And you could say it was on his chest. So he smoked and then died, I guess? Could it be that? Could that be why he's losing so much health? Because, oh yeah, there we go. Oh shit, wait. Oh, I think, no, he died. I was too late. Okay, so that is basically what I mean. The hunger was much lower than mood, which basically made it that the calculation for removing health is drastically going upwards. Very much upwards, actually. Holy shit, that was fast. I don't even know the health of this baby, but I feel it's also kind of like accurate. We have to wait 20 minutes and then an hour or something. I'm gonna have to feed this thing and pet it as well, because I kind of want to see it evolve. And do I wish you all in chat would help me out with that? I'm kind of tempted just to see how it evolves again. But the inside betrays its looks, not a single cent. William, this wallet, right? What pocket did you find it in? And one in his back pocket, are you sure? His back pocket, so he sat on it. The corpse is sitting. I guess it wouldn't have been easy to take it out of his back pocket. Yeah, tell me about it. If someone wasn't late fishing the wallet out of his pocket, it would have been a piece of cake. You look away for a few minutes and the baby just gone. Yeah, exactly. In that sense, it's mostly that it just disappeared somewhere. very accurate. In this sense, probably not as much. Could happen. I'm pretty certain it must have happened, but that's way too dark. I'd just like to think it, I did just run away, because they do sometimes. You know how hard it is to lift the body up, take the wallet out of his pocket, and set him down again? Well, lifting him up and taking out the wallet, yes. Setting him down, you could just drop him. I see, sorry about that. You know, if you're going to be late, you better just stay at home. I don't think that will fly. I'll make sure to be on time. But anyway, about this wallet, it doesn't have a single thing in it. I wonder how long it will take to ID him. Ah, yep, this man hasn't got a cent on him. He's simply penniless. So these 2 bus tickets in his wallet are all he had. Yo, King Wool, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? It's going well. I'm just a bit tired from a work day. I say, by the way, I say a work day because I'm not fully hired at a place. They just call me in if I'm capable. Pamela Street and Somerset Beach. So, okay, so 1 ticket went to here. But he was going away afterwards. Doing good, just doing some hobby. Ooh, nice. I hope it goes well. Okay, so the only thing I can see here already is that 1 ticket is 8:10 to Somerset Beach, which is here. But the other one is 8:30 to Pamela Street. Which means that he would have gone away. Anyway. This hobby is music. Ooh, hope it goes well with that one. This ticket from yesterday, both say that depart from Salty... They both say they depart from Salty Mary Station. But they depart at different times and the destinations are different too. Oh, ooh, there we go. Just scratching my foot a bit. A ticket bound for Somerset Beach at 8:10. So it's like this man used this ticket last evening to take the bus here. The other ticket is strange. It's a ticket bound for Pamela Street at 8:30. Oh, okay, so they are all from the same area, but towards 2 different areas. The destination are different, and they wouldn't have used it anyway. Why did they buy it then? If you bought the wrong ticket, he could just have gotten a refund. It's not like he had a lot of money to spare after all. Interesting. Anything else? Ooh, his shoes. We're gonna have to check his shoes. From the witness testimony, this man stayed on that beach all night. His shoes aren't dirty at all, though. Doesn't seem like he was walking around the beach at all. Little was just sitting here ever since he got to the beach. I don't see any traces of a figure fight or any trauma either. Since he's dressed well in an expensive suit, he would have been warm enough as well. Since last night wasn't that cold either, it's not likely that the hypothermia is the cause of death. Everything leading up to his death was peaceful. Like William said, it's all looking like a simple suicide. Well, that's the problem, because how? Especially with the word peaceful. Like, sure, there might be some ways, I'm not gonna look into it, and I'm not actually wondering. But it's like, out here with nothing around them, just peaceful. Huh? Ooh, nice, I hope it went well with that. Actually, like, I just realized. Nope. We have nothing in our mind. This is me most of the day. Oh. Okay, this is not me most of the day. Oh, I can check his head now. Okay, whoops, that's the wrong button. There we go. Face. Man's face is calm, and it's like he died during his sleep. His face makes it look like he died painlessly. His beard is trimmed neatly. Seems like he shaved yesterday morning. His pupils are dilated. No reflexes either. Sounds right for a dead man's eye. It's been decades in Somerset since the last time a corpse like this appeared. I should do my best to resolve things. It was going good so far. I have level 2 level done and will keep going for longer gameplay. Ooh, nice. Also, speaking of, because I know you're actually streaming now, I'm gonna do this. There we go. I think I've looked through all that I have to. I suppose I could wrap up the investigation here. You check everything? So what do you think, Detective Foster? Well, like you said, it's a tricky case. You couldn't find any wounds on the body. It doesn't seem like hypothermia or drowning. The man came to the beach on his own on a bus and died peacefully leaning against the seawall. The first thing that comes to mind is a suicide or a natural death, but think, Kevin, either a suicide or natural death, no? I don't think we can rush to that conclusion yet. What do you mean rush? You saw everything, didn't you? There wasn't a single drop of blood on the body or near him. So what you're saying is this man was not murdered? That's right. I mean, don't you get a good hunch from all this? A hunch? But the person died, William. We can't base our investigation on a hunch. Hey, it was just an expression. It's all a result of a logical and reasonable process of deduction, alright? That's how you do doing things, isn't it? Really? Give me a rundown then. Well, why not? My deduction is bulletproof. So here it goes. The man, for an unknown reason, tried to find where he could end his life. The place happened to be Somerset Beach. Only he wouldn't know why. Only he would know why he would choose an awkward spot like this. But I suppose he wanted to feel the ocean breeze and watch the nightscape for the last time. That sounds lovely, except for the last time part, to be honest. I was way too focused on being prepared. I always end up grinding too much. Fair enough, I don't grind enough sometimes. I have to like grind games like a maniac. I remember that from Xenoblade 1. I managed to defeat the sub-last boss, but then I was so under-leveled I actually couldn't do any damage to the normal last boss. I was like, is it supposed to be invulnerable until a certain time? No, I was just not doing any single amount of damage. And anyway, after admiring Pimptown's beautiful night skyline, he decided to smoke one last cigarette before he ended everything. Being prepared and grinding is not so bad. It depends on the games, I would say. Like, grinding itself isn't that bad, but there are sometimes certain games are like, oh, you have been fighting, you have been doing this, but guess what? Even if you have done everything, you are gonna have to basically spend 3 hours just leveling up to continue the story. And half example of that I feel is Octopath. Because there's so many people you can have in that game, and there's so many, you can only have a certain amount, and you have to basically go back, level them up, and then you can continue the story, but then you have to go to the next one and the next one, so you basically have to rotate them over and over again and be able to like level them up while level the other ones up and stuff like that. It's both good and bad, there's so much there. I know how to level up fast once I know the game like Palwell. And that's fair enough, actually. There probably are some good spots and stuff like, oh, go here to level this up quick and go here. So that's absolutely fair. There definitely are spots like that are really good. That's true, but I remember when I finished Persona 3 and I ended up being a high enough level that the final fight ended up not being too hard. Those are kind of funny though sometimes. And Budweiser said something like, yeah, this wasn't half bad of a life before he made his final choice. And the cigarette butt dropped as the man let out his final breath. Yeah, but how? That doesn't tell us anything other than, hey, he died. That's why we found the cigarette butt on his tie, just like we found him. How's that, huh? Matched up with the scene, doesn't it? Well, persona leveling is easy to overlevel when they make it too easy to do it. Fair. So that's your argument. This wasn't a tough nut to crack after all. William, it looks like you're proud of the deduction. I'm sorry, I have to break the mood. There's a major hole in William's deduction. I'm guessing that something completely different happened last night. If the cause of death is unclear, it's best to send the body to the autopsy. It's difficult to get an autopsy approved on a corpse that's committed suicide or died naturally. Nobody wants to disturb the dead without a good reason. Fair enough. Oh, just checking the egg, by the way, see if it has hatched yet. If I can find a single clue that this man could have been a victim of a murder. And let's go to started cleaning up around here. Wait, William. I think you're making some unsubstantial claims here. Well, I still don't get it. What do you not understand? Go on, spit it out. I'll debate you until you understand them right. A debate? That's not a bad idea. Let's see. If our deduction have any issues, if either one of us is irrefutable argument, we'll know who's right. But if you want a hard game to try, I know one Final Fantasy V. That'll be hard if you want a game that will push you hard. Fair enough, actually. I've only played a handful of Final Fantasy games. And most of them were side games like Crystal Chronicles. It is time for the balance debate. Okay. When you compare the efficiency of your argument with your opponent, to strengthen your argument or refute your opponent's place the right... Your opponent's place the right... clue on this. Wait, what? To strengthen your argument or refute your opponent's place the right clue to the scale. Fuck, I'm so tired. For some reason I read it as right, and I mean right is in the direction. That's like, why are you saying right? You pointed at the left one. The fuck? Provide the correct clues to each situation and steer the deduction to the right cause. Ooh, interesting mechanic. Oh damn, I'm probably just gonna like make a quick sandwich and then just fucking pop to bed. Not like sleeping, but just like lay there, not like waking up until tomorrow, more or less. The cigarette butt found on top of the dead man's tie. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, I guess so. It wasn't just rolling around anywhere, it was right there on his chest. Is it natural to think that the man was smoking it? And didn't you say that this cigarette seems to be hand-rolled? Right. I'm sure it isn't readily available everywhere. Fair enough, a little bit. When I say over level, I didn't just focus on a team. When I finished, had all of the characters around 78 and was level 84. So even thought I didn't... Ah, fair enough. It's natural to think that the medicine used to commit suicide. So we don't think the cigarette is a key to the case. We're implying that the cigarette was poisonous. And no external actor was involved in this man poisoning himself to death. To explain why the corpse that is surrounded was so clean. At least from a cursory look, it doesn't look poisonous. It doesn't smell like either. Of course, a proper lab test is due. I'm not speaking in absolute. All I'm saying is that the scene makes it look like the case. Does that mean that what you said about the cigarette is just a hypothesis? Hey, not all hypotheses are wrong. Of course not. But not to say major problem in the hypothesis itself. What do you mean a major problem? Are you even listening to me? Right, I'll give you a rundown for last time. Listen up. Last night, the man decided to come to Somerset Beach. He used his bus ticket to depart from Salty Mary Station. Why? To commit suicide. Then the man had to smoke a cigarette. Why do I say that? You saw how stained his left hand was from the nicotine, didn't you? That meant that the man was a heavy smoker. Do you get what I mean? Whether the cigarette contained poison or not is not important. What's important is that this man was the type of man who just had to smoke one last cigarette before ending it all. Okay. I admit that there is some imagination in my deduction. I wasn't here looking for over the man as he died. Oh, exactly died. Oh, damn, sorry for me yawning so much. Fucking hell. But look at the evidence left at the scene. A single wallet the dead man had, and a note with some unidentifiable scrolls. Jesus. A bus ticket the dead man used, and a cigarette he smoked. There's nothing here to suggest that anyone else was here other than him. Which means they either took some poisonous pill or died naturally due to some illness he had. You have 2 more pieces of evidence that support your hypothesis. Good work, William. It's time to admit it. Your partner, Detective Foster, is capable, as you are in the art of deduction. William, you're one hell of a detective, but people can make mistakes. There's a major contradiction in your deduction. Interesting. I think this one. Isn't it? Wait a second. It cannot be the heavy smoker one. Is it that it doesn't have anything? The man did not have enough things in his possession. I'm trying to figure out what that actually has to do with this. Does that have to do with anything? Let's say, like I said, the man grabbed his last cigarette from his pocket. But then, how could he have lit it? Oh! Yeah, that's fair. He couldn't lit it because he didn't have a lighter. All this man had on him was his wallet, 2 bus tickets, a little piece of paper. None of that can be used to light a cigarette. That's fair. It could have, but it's probably not. But you know, getting rid of one's belongings before dying, that sort. He still had his wallet and bus tickets. Wouldn't that explain why he came to the beach in the first place? I don't think so. If he threw away his belongings in the ocean for closure, why didn't he throw away his wallet? You're right. Wait, that's it. A thief stole it, alongside with other valuables on him. This man has been sitting here alone all night, no? Also, we have an ad in about 3 minutes. When the ad is up open, I think I'm gonna go and get myself something more to drink as well. It makes perfect sense for a thief to target him. If that was the case, it would explain why he was quite literally penniless. Because he was robbed penniless. I'm sorry, but I disagree. What? What makes you so sure? We have proof that nobody could have robbed him during the night. Of course, it's a critical piece of evidence. It's because of the position of the wallet. Where the wallet was found. Because he himself did say he had a hell of a fucking time getting it out from there. So who would want to try to get it back into his back pocket? Where we found this wallet? Yeah. What did you say when I asked you where you found this wallet? If a thief stole the belongings of a man who was fast asleep sitting here and only left his empty wallet behind, why would the thief put that wallet in the man's back pocket, which he would have been sitting on? Exactly. It's too difficult to do that. And did you say this too? Yeah, to set him down again, that would be problematic. That's what you told me. If that's right, the thief took utmost care not to disturb the man's posture as he sat down here. I don't think it's very likely that the thief is sophisticated as that would be behind this. So the man would have had... The man would not have had much on him from the beginning without money nor lighter. And someone else would have been there who had a lighter or a matchsticks and could light the cigarette. I like how the scale does break, but it looks so weird because for me I want it to hang down and sway, and now it's just like ish. But to be fair, I believe that this is a very like small studio, I believe. But they're doing a hell of a good job. Like most of the things they're doing here is animated. And 2D animation is really cool. Oh, there we go. I think we have an ad, so I'm just gonna go and get myself something to drink. You can still hear me, and I can technically hear everything. I just can't see chat. Oh my god. Oh. So yeah, for those who are new, I went to a work day today. I'm gonna go to a work day tomorrow. And yes, I pronounce it a work day because I am not fully hired, so I don't have a work week, I don't have a work month or something like that. I'm basically like, hi, could you come in please? We would need some more people. And I either can say yes or no. Right now I say yes because for first of all, getting a foot in, like people say, and second, get some income. But like most of my work is standing on a truck or a forklift and basically pluck heavy kitchen appliances. Not like whiteware is what we call them here in Sweden, like fridges and stuff like that. Oh, here I am. Yes, start some bones. I'm gonna start some bones as well. Oh, thank you so much for the stretch. It's most appreciated. But basically, like drawers, like well, I don't know, countertops and shit like that. Ever think about making video games as a side job? Half. Yes and no, because I more or less do it as a hobby. This little guy down here is actually one of them. It's a bit of a thing that I do sometimes for fun, but there's some stuff I feel I'm not good enough at that I tend to like try to stop at some point because I'm not I'm not good enough to more or less figure out how to do that. Like, for example, I did a little Twitch thing where you could basically like join in a little army, and your little character would walk over the map and attack not every enemy, but like the enemies in your path. But the problem is it's a 2D game with like 3D/2D with like 2D sprites. The problem is I'm not capable really of like animating and figuring out positions of the enemies, or like not the enemies but like the characters, like they're going up, they're going up left, they're going left, they're going down left, stuff like that. I have a main core of it, but it doesn't really like fully function. So I do some stuff now and then. I have managed to make like a VR roguelite kind of game where I basically go into a alien ship, something, well, not ship but a space station, hoard a lot of items, shoot a lot of bugs, and go back out again and try to go to the next area as long as I have fuel. It's kind of like a Lethal Company / roguelite. Also, I'm gonna just do this. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong, by the way. There you go. Gonna see if I can keep it alive. Because yeah, that thing actually reacts to Twitch chat. Wasn't there gonna be an ad, by the way? Give me a second. Wasn't there an ad popping up now? Or am I tweaking? Was the ad already done and I went to basically get a drink while the ad was done? Give me a second. I'm gonna check my control panel because it does say there. Did I completely misunderstand what it said? I think I did. Has the ad already been? Okay, fuck it, fair enough. I told you all I am tired. I didn't realize how tired I was. I thought I was a bit more awake now. I thought I was a bit more awake than under the day, but no, apparently not. Which is also kind of funny. I kind of like also sometimes stream when I'm tired, especially like these chill games. Because the way I'm just babbling about shit is just... I think it's just funny. Maybe the culprit first killed him with poison and then left the corpse on the beach while nobody was looking. This beach is a secluded area. It's not a bad dump site. He probably could have added the attention that left a cigarette on the body to make it look like the victim committed suicide. But how did he die though? If the victim and the culprit knew each other, it could have been some bad blood between them. Dropping a cigarette on the victim could have been a way to mocking him one last time. So the poison theory was just a hypothesis. Of course, all of this is also a hypothesis. I say an autopsy will make things clear. What do you say? So that's why he wanted to argue that it was a murder. Because us police only get the right to perform autopsies when it's clear it's a murder. Yeah, we found the money. This is a first-degree murder. Yeah, sounds like we're about to get busy. How do we even ID this guy? Well, it seems like his man tried to get Pamela Street yesterday. We should talk to people who live there and look for any witnesses around the ticket booth. Also, I am very interested in seeing the woman in this game. Not gonna lie, I'm actually like waiting for it. And the autopsy, I suppose Dr. Charlotte could take care of it. She's the only doctor that does that sort of thing in this backwater town. Why even ask? Well, I gotta forget all that. Let's go for lunch already, I'm starving. We're getting ribs today. That place been closed since last week. Let's have burgers instead. Nothing's going my way today. Damn, poor guy. Don't they have another place to go for like steak and stuff? Just stretching my neck a bit. Ah, Kevin, there you are. Ah, William, just in time. Did we identify the deceased man? Not yet. Officer Coleman gave me a copy of the residence on Pamela Street. All of the residents? That was fast. Didn't you know that the place was basically deserted for a while? There were only 3 households there. Coleman even ran their plates. Only 3, huh? I didn't know that. Makes sense. It didn't take that long, right? Here's the case file. It's a preliminary report. Ooh, okay, thank you. Just in case, I'm gonna feed the little baby. By the way, all of you can do this. It is not just locked to me. I'm pretty certain doing this as well will actually cause it to do... Yeah, you see. So right now, doing this as well... So basically that works as a command as well, because it just takes words basically. So my shout out for the little pal will basically heal all of it. That's the way of doing it. I probably should do that more often. Thanks. I'll get right to it. Which also kind of sad, because that does mean that it's gonna have more shit going on. Yeah, that is kind of funny. But as I said, like, how this works is it takes the chat every time someone chats, and I check it. Hey, does it have pet feed in it from pet play? And if it has, then it's basically going around and checking, does it have feed, does it have play? I'm gonna have to check if I can do somehow if the first word is pet and then it just checks the second word. Because right now I'm doing basically a loop to check what it has, but I might actually do 1 and 2, because if it has more, it's not gonna count those. You use the pal to take care of the pal. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. So an idea I had now is basically that before I take the whole list of the text, I could do this. I could do this just to make sure it works fine. Basically, what I have to do is I have to basically cut everything into pieces. So I'm making a list of words that is basically in the chat. And I'm going around checking every single word like a loop, and checking does it have pet, and then I'm checking if it has pet, does it have play in it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically do the same thing, but instead of doing a loop, I'm gonna check, is the first word exclamation mark pet? If it's a yes, they're gonna check the second word and check if it is pet or play or feed. And if it is not, it's not gonna do anything. And if it is longer, it's not gonna do anything at all. Because to be fair, my game reads all of chat. Everything you see in chat, it reads. It is just that it only looks for pet, feed, and play. All brand labels have been removed from the clothing. Okay, interesting. Okay, Alexander Wayne, Clara Leatherfield, and Louis K. Bryan. 3rd-degree arm injury, expired license, red-green colorblind, okay. 45, 6-year-old, 68 years old, and 35 years old. Is there anything else I need to... I don't think there is. William, is this the new information you were talking about? I think so. Let's see, all of the labels of clothes were removed. I don't even know where the labels are on my own clothes. Yeah, some people have a strange habit. Well, maybe the victim had a habit of doing so, or the culprit removed the labels after killing him. Culprit? What big to be gained about removing the labels? Maybe the culprit thought that the other people know where the victim bought his clothes might compromise their identity. I'm used PAL to get more power over them all. Use body pair. I just use PAL to heal. Hold on. Oh, why do I always do that? Pet feed. There we go. Just making sure. As I said, if both of them starts to go under 50%, they start to tick up the difference between the half point and remove the sum of both of them to the health. So because it goes hungry more quicker than the mood, it means that the technically the health decay doesn't start at 2. It starts, for example, at 40 and then goes 44, 42, 44, 46. There wasn't any ID on the body, and the clothes didn't have any labels either. If the victim was murdered by someone he knew, and if the culprit just meant to slow down the investigation with it, this won't be a difficult case. But it's odd that the wallet was left on the body despite everything. If the culprit was that thorough, there is no way he would have found any sort of belongings on his body. I kind of just want to see my thing evolve, but it's gonna basically be that every 10 to 5 minutes I am gonna have to feed it, because it goes down kind of quick. I don't remember what I put his health and mood at, but it is lower than basically his lifespan. So it is kind of often you have to feed the baby, because the baby's lifespan is not long. It's gonna evolve after about an hour or something. I'm gonna try to like implement something else, like a rock paper scissors game or something. I want to be able to do more with this guy. As I said, the only thing that kind of hinders me is the whole 2D thing, because this one is the first one I have, and I have it physically as well. But making the other 3 evolutions was kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest, as I'm not the best of a 2D artist. Myself, did something happen there? I thought Sergeant Colbert was taking care of the station. Well, yeah, but there was a report of a burglary last night at the station. They said it would be better if a single detective could work on both cases. A robbery at the station, train station. When did that happen? It happened last night and was reported this morning. What? Shouldn't Sergeant Colbert have been there? Shouldn't have been there first thing this morning. Well, the sergeant has a knack of forgetting where he has to be. My gosh. I should head there as soon as I see the autopsy result. That being said, weren't we supposed to meet the doctor ages ago? Where is she? She's usually always on the time. Seems like Lee's still human, huh? I was having a chat with her just now. She had to attend a patient, so I was waiting for her to come back. That makes sense. Oh, speak of the devil, there she is. You look tired as hell, but you also look personally gorgeous. Also, why is your coat and everything so like broken? I don't know why. I like her hair, her face, and her eyes. It's something with that. Duty calls, right? So how was the patient? Oh, it's nothing. I could tell you about it if you're curious. Oh my god. So basically when she start talking about the patient, she just start talking. Because even the tick there went further than anything. There's a patient who came in yesterday, insisted he had 10 tetanus from a prick on his finger. So like the staff sent him to ER because of acute trismus and generalized seizure. And no local treatment. Tetanus was detected on the wound on the left and his finger, and the swab test also came back negative. I believe that the symptoms were a result of ingesting medication after a night of heavy drinking. So the best thing I could do was administer the tetanus vaccine to placate him. Sorry to interrupt, but your sleeve is torn. Yeah, you noticed that as well. Oh, this. Administering the vaccine was a bit more physically demanding because the patient was convulsing a lot. Fair. Kevin, do you understand what she's talking about? It sounds like a particularly difficult patient came in for a vaccination. That is such a simplified fucking way of saying it. Just a particularly difficult patient came in for vaccination. There you go, feeding the pets. Yes, you could say that. Anyway, it's good that the patient was mindful of his health. It's good to get vaccinated for tetanus every 10 years. Right. Tetanus. Is that the thing where it's like you're not supposed to manage to stab yourself with metal or something with rust? Because I kind of forgot the Swedish word for it right now, but I believe it might be the same thing. I was already about to read it as tinnitus. But anyway, let's go back to the case. Please come in. Free feed pic. Here's the autopsy report. Also, I'm getting the feeling this used to be a mobile game. Because I have a lot of like shit on the bottom of the screen that I don't know how I'm supposed to be using. I'm a bit uncertain. But I don't really mind. Most of the times I feel like it goes the other way around or something. I should read the autopsy report first. It's in my notes amongst the clues. Oh, there we go. John Doe, fair enough. Performed by Charlotte Forrest. That's a nice name. Height 183. Weight 89. Male in late 30s. Blonde hair. Green eyes. Notable features. Victim possibly red-green colorblind. Estimated the time of death. Yes, what's up, Gani? What's on your mind? Estimated time of death was 1 a.m. October 12th. Okay, so possibly... Okay, here is the funny part. If we go to... this one... which I can't apparently check right now. Interesting. Gastrointestinal bleeding, destruction and bleeding of liver tissues due to acute ulcer, possibly caused by poisoning. Engorged skin and severe red blood cell destruction observed. Toxology report, atropine, scopolamine, and other miscellaneous tropane alkaloids. Last known intake, barbecued ribs and salad. Found to contain significant quantities of toxic substances. Arknight is doing an event collab right now, and I just got all the collab characters in the 30 polls. even the damn, congrats. What collab, by the way. But fucking hell, that's awesome. So I'm gonna check something. Can I check this now? There we go. Here, Alexander Wayne, red-green colorblind, 35 years old, 183, blonde hair, green eyes. Wait, three Pamela, 3 is okay. No family or friends, likely single household. We found his name. That was simple. Can you show me what the collab characters there was? You can DM me. I want to know. Artness is doing an event with Banji Dream, a music anime. Give me a second. I know I've seen a music anime, but I might be completely misjudging which one that is. Banji. Just taking a quick look. I don't think I'm thinking of the right one. No, I'm not. I'm thinking of another thing. That's a very odd one to do, though. Oh god, we're gonna have to do mood here. I can definitely say that the mood and the feed is much smaller than the play function, basically. Yep, the man was poisoned. Yeah, by the way, do you mind if I use this case in a research paper? In a paper? Was there something odd about the body? A lot. A lot. Some toxins were discovered in his body. I'm getting a feeling that this isn't the end of the story. Some toxins might have been completely decomposed, and that could be why they didn't leave traces. The problem, though, is that the combination of the poisons found in this man's body is simply impossible. You know, just pulling an Arknight and you get 3 high school girls with guitars. Yeah, like I can understand the Monster Hunter and Rainbow Siege 6. But like, oh, we're anime girls that plays music. It's like, Jen? I still have some polls saved for Wizardel, aka W Alter. Ooh. That's nice. Also, I want to evolve this one. I might have been doing a bit wrong to make the hunger this low. The hunger and the mood thing. But I didn't want it to basically be like, hey, the pet meter goes down so fast. Well, to be fair, it is a baby. It is meant to go down fast because it has a low. The reason why it is slow is because let us easily say that it lives for an hour. Well, technically it lives longer than an hour. It just evolves after an hour. I wanted it to basically be like you need to do it often for the baby. So that is why it goes low. And then it goes higher for younger and much larger as adult. I don't know if that's a bad thing though. So this is actually a really good test. Any comment about this is actually like welcome, to be honest, even on my Discord. Because I need to know if this is like a good thing or a bad thing. Because I don't, for example, if we say that this thing is like evolving after an hour, I don't just want to say, hi, this is gonna go down. And at like at 50 minutes rather than 60, it's gonna be empty. But at the same time, something I miscalculated is that I count the maximum as, let us easily say I have to feed it 3 times per hour. That means I count every hour divided by 3. But technically, that means I'm gonna have to feed it 6 times per hour due to the result of if it goes too low, the health is gonna drop. That might be an idea, actually. So I might actually have to do it slower. Like doing like 6 times per hour. Well, 6 times per hour. That means every 10 minutes. And technically, it has a... I am basically doing a 10-minute feed and play with it. So perhaps doing it a bit longer, that you have to do it every... I don't know, 20 minutes perhaps. So I divide it in 3 instead. And then the older ones and stuff. Well, if I do the older ones in that sense, I might just barely feed it and stuff. I don't really know. Like, the thing is, I'm still playing around with the time on this thing, and I feel like I'm gonna have to do a better countdown of things. The egg is fine. The egg is about like 20 minutes. 20 minutes into stream is fine, especially when you do like a long stream or 3-hour stream. But then I might do that. The adult one is about 1.5 hour. The young one is lower than that, like an hour, and then the baby is like lower than that. And then I can play around with how often you need to feed them and stuff. It's just I'm trying still to figure it out. Like the whole calculations with time and things is not the easiest. Which is kind of glad I have it here right now, because now we can test. By the time he was in trance, I couldn't feel any pain. The rest of the poison would have spread in his body, necrotizing his organs. A quite drowsy death, where you can't feel your insides burning away nor react. The fuck did I forget to read here? Give me a second. The problem is a combination, so you're suggesting that the man was poisoned by something man-made. That's right, I'm not sure how it was made, but it's a completely new sort of poison. Would you say this man was intentionally poisoned then? Can't be sure. The man could have taken the poison himself in order to commit suicide. The trace amount of atropine means that he could have been completely anesthetized and experienced hallucinations. By the time he was in a trance and couldn't feel any pain, the rest of the body... Jesus. So his body was burning, but he was basically high as hell. So that's why you couldn't find any evidence on him resisting or struggling in pain. I think I should look into what I found on the man's stomach. The report says he ate barbecue ribs before he died. Is there a chance the food was poisoned? It's not impossible, but it was... But if that was the case, it's strange that it took so long for him to die after eating it for dinner. He died of a special designer poison. That's all I'm sure of. I see. I got it. Damn. He was killed by a concoction. Jesus. By the way, do you have this man's name? It's better to include it in the research paper. Living forever in a medical research paper after being poisoned by some ribs. Kevin, I'm telling you as a friend, if something like that ever happened to me, do not share my name with any doctor, no matter what. There. Whoa, okay, it went down. Shit. Our buddy died. God damn it. Damn. Okay, I definitely gonna have to change that. Probably give it more health at least. Because I feel like the lower health it has, because the difference of food and mood, it basically is like, hey, because this goes faster down, you're already gonna rank up your health, or like your health loss with like 40. I won't if that ever happens. Yeah, it's dead already. As I said, like right now it might have been like 20 under food and 10 under mood, or at least 1 under mood, which means that every tick it lost at least 12. Now that is just a conjecture, nothing but a conjecture. but that is basically what I am believing. So you know what? I am gonna close down my little pet because I am gonna have to work a bit more with that. As far as I know, people who are red-green colorblind have an issue with their optical nerves and cannot distinguish between red and green. Is it possible to know if someone had it through an autopsy? Ah, good point. And you're right, it's impossible to know that through an autopsy. I don't take the eyeball out when I'm going and doing autopsies. Why not? So that thing you wrote then? The reason why I wrote the man could have been red colorblind was because the contact lens found in the man's eyes. I almost missed it since it was stuck right into his eye after he died. But this man wore green tinted contact lenses. I was thinking the man could have used the contact lens to filter out green light to correct his colorblindness. That's why I mentioned that in the report. Is that doable? That's actually kind of cool, but is that actually doable? Correcting colorblindness with a green tinted lens. That's an interesting way to deal with it. Well, I'm just suggesting that the man could have used the lens for that purpose. Can't actually treat colorblindness that way. Oh, you can't, fair enough. I was actually curious if it would work right now. Colorblindness is something that happens on the level of cone cells. Just because a lens filters out some wavelengths doesn't mean that it somehow changes how the brain works. That's truly fair, yes. The lens looked like a crude one made by an obvious amateur too. Guessing that the dead man was trying to invent a corrective lens only equipped with a limited knowledge of colorblindness. He tried at least. That would be kind of fucking interesting though. I see. Corrective lenses for colorblindness. Come to think of it, wasn't it on the list? A man was red-green colorblind, I mean? It should be on the recent list the Coleman picked up for us. Yeah, I know. I already know. The dead man was one of the 3 residents at Pamela Street. Yeah, I know exactly. Plus, it's kind of obvious. Like, look at the image there and look at that guy. Hold on, so late... Wow, so he hasn't grown taller, but he has actually grown a bit wider. There we go. He has some hairdo though. Alexander Wayne. He seems like our guy. Hold on, sure, he looks completely different. Honestly, the photo doesn't look anything like him. But the facial symmetry seems to match. Well, what's his age? He doesn't look 35 at all. It could be an old photo. That time did a real number on him. Yeah, it's all fine and dandy, but this man doesn't have any relatives. We don't have anyone to notify. So we don't need any approval from his family. Do you mind if I start working on the research paper then? I kinda love how nonchalant she is about this. It's like, can I just use it for a research paper then, please? Oh, we're not completely sure yet. So first, we'll look into it and let you know. Thanks. She is chill. Thanks, the faster the better. That's one intimidating woman. Other than the autopsy, did you find anything odd from his belongings that we found on the scene? He was poisoned, right? So did you find any similar substance on him or... I forgot to mention it because it was rather eventless. I didn't find anything on his belongings. Kevin said that something was unusual about the cigarettes. I suppose it's interesting how it looks like a regular cigarette, but it's filled with loose cut leaves. It wasn't poisonous though. If anything, the most interesting bit was the note that read Seema. Note? You mean... Did you the note you mean. Did you find anything on it? No, not really. But it's strange. Isn't it strange? That page from the last page of a botany book. We here is like, what does Seema mean? And she is like, oh, it's from the last page of a plant book. I was like, huh? Girl, what are you talking about? We didn't know that. Botany book, you say? Do you know anything about the note? Oh, I kinda like the music though. It's kinda chill. Not gonna lie, it feels like the guy in this game comes from a Western comic and the other comes from a Japanese one because of the art style a bit. That is fair. Charlie looks cute though. Yeah, as I said, she actually looks gorgeous. I don't know why. It's something with the hair, the face, and the eyes. Sure, she looks extremely tired. The rest of it is definitely fine too, to be honest. You're fine. Sorry, I realize I can do that now because she's just very... I can fix her. It's not so much of fixing. That's fair, she's a doctor, she can probably fix you. I wouldn't say she needs so much of fixing, she's more of like she needs sleep. This Kafra, where can I find... Wait, Kafra? Hold on, I've missed something. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do, but hell yeah, now I'll have a picture of her. I was gonna make a joke about that before just taking a picture, but I actually pressed the wrong button now. Well, it seems like he tore out of a book called Kafra. Seema is a word printed in the last page of that book. I have a copy. I found it tucked in the back of the bookstore. I thought the cover looked nice. Fair, to be honest, I am kind of like a person like, ooh, the cover looks nice. I might actually get it. It's this one right here. Do you want to read it? You have it here. Okay, fair enough. Nice cover. I suppose you have an interesting sense of aesthetic. You mean like you don't understand how it is a nice cover? Fair enough. Now, she needs sleep and so do I. A match made in insomnia. Fair, actually. If you don't mind, I really appreciate it. Other than the word on the last page, there's nothing that interesting about it. There seemed to be a weird page around the end, but I think that's just a mistake someone made while printing the book. Oh, can I read it now? Because technically we only need to know what's in it, so we can't just give it back to her directly. I can't even read it, damn. Always here to help. Any other questions? Nope, it's about time we went anyway. I'll look into the poison a bit more. I'll let you know if anything pops up. Thanks so much, William. I think I'll head straight to the station. Hey, it's time for dinner. Why don't you stop by the station for some grub? Yeah, I'm not feeling like it. The folks at the station would be waiting for a cop to show up. See you later, William. Yeah, fair enough. I was about to say, is it December or is it like earlier? Is it the 12th of 10th or the 10th of 12th? Well, nothing to do here. Run! Hey, partner. William, what brings you here? Nothing, really. I just thought you could tag along. So you decided to skip dinner. It's going to take a while to investigate the attempted robbery, though. Nah, I'm fine. It's not a day for barbecue anyway. Right, yeah, that rib place is still under renovation. I wouldn't be going if it was open. I told you before, but I don't want to die mysteriously after eating some ribs. Fair point. And you don't even have your badge. What are you even going to do here alone? That's right. William, you're the best partner ever. Enough already, get it over with. I feel like might something happen to his partner, because there is a blonde girl in this game as well, which I feel is one of the people you play as, but I don't know if she's just a civilian that helps out, or if she's somehow another partner. Damn, this place looks messy though, at least that part. Well, they are probably flirting with each other. Salty Mary statue. Wait, is she hugging it or is she just strangling the damn thing? I don't know. She looks pissed. I've never seen such an ugly statue. Isn't that cool? It's based on a summer folktale. Or a summer folktale. Never heard anything about it. The name of the station also comes from it. Haven't you heard the legend of Salty Mary? Yeah, she's played too much League. Got that dog in a chokehold. Yeah, she really is. Salty, as in table salt? A long time. Nope, not table salt. She just played way too much League. A long time ago, a pack of dirty rabid dogs appeared in Somerset. Those dogs spread a lethal plague all across town. Many died from that plague, and that drove what League does to yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, actually. Many died from the plague and drove a nurse called Mary to do something about the dogs. Wait, this Mary? She's the woman? That's right, the woman in the statue right here, that's Mary. A single woman took down a rabid dogs. Not just one, but a whole pack of them. The statue makes it look like the dogs ate her alive. Well, not exactly. She dragged all of those dogs into the ocean. Oh god, let's actually get that. Like, I know the rabid dogs, and they're basically like attacking everyone they see. Like, I'm pretty certain like they're not owned by anyone, they're wild dogs. But just because of like how dogs are pets, just hearing that is like, oh, that is just, oh. At the same time, just because of what they are, is also like, okay, fair, I guess, because plague. The ocean. Don't tell me that's why she's called Salty Mary. That is exactly why she is called Salty Mary. People back in the old days believed salty water warded away bad omens or diseases, you know. This isn't true story, right? Nah, I'm not sure. It's a really old story anyway. Oh, Salty Mary Station. Crowd as usual. A rubber can't stop trains from running. Well, there's an employee right here. We should ask him some questions. Would you like to answer a few questions, mister? Or is there anything interesting over here? I wish to look around. I know what I'm doing. Excuse me, do you work here? How can I help you? We're from the Somerset police. We heard there was an attempted robbery at the station last night. Oh, you're finally here. That's right. It happened by the storage lockers. It's straight to the left, past the security office. Thank you. To the left, the crime scene will be by the end of this corridor. Seems like the staff were waiting for the police all this time. Should hurry. Fair enough. Hurry! What's this? Oh, little security office. It's a past the security office. Bus timetables, tickets. Ah, here. Yeah, damn, look at that attempted robbery. That is like, someone smacked the shit out of that thing. Wow, are you twins? What? Even they react. I love when games does this, because I understand that sometimes making art for certain games is like a pain, especially when like, oh, we need 20 people, but most of them are gonna be like the same sort of job or something. But I love when they take the piss out of, hey, you look similar like the one I just talked to. Oh, you must have met my brother at this entrance. Ah, there are twins. I was making a joke about that. We're twins. People often mistake us for one another. Twins, you two might as well tell people you're the same person. So how can I help you? That would be an excellent damn joke, to be honest. If you need to use the lockers, I'm afraid you can't. It's under maintenance right now. We're from the Somerset Police Department. We heard there was an attempted burglary here. Oh, you're detectives. Welcome. I love they say attempt. Kind of remind me of Ingo and Emmett. Who? I don't even know if I remember who those are, if I even know who those are. I feel like I remember the name Emmett, but I don't think I'm thinking of the same one. Nor do I even remember where I heard Emmett last time. Also, attempted robbery. Look at that thing. Someone like tried to beat the shit out of that locker. Not only that, but the lock text is like thicker than other ones. That's right, whoever that was really worked the pry bars, huh? The door on locker 2222 is severely damaged. Ew, one hell of a locker this is. When did this happen? Last night, around 11. A security guard ran straight into him while doing his night rounds, and the poor man got beat up. Oh, that's bad news. Where is the guard right now? I'd like to hear more from him. Yeah, he'll be at the guard office right by the main entrance. I need to attend the passengers here. Oh, no worries. Okay. Pokemon Black and White. Ingo got sent back to Hishu in Legenarchus. I am confused. I'm trying to remember Ingo, because the only one I remember is basically like the only one I remember sent back to Hishu in Legend of Arceus. It's just the main character. Hold on, I'm gonna have to search this up now. I'm so confused. It was such a long time I played that game. Okay, let me check here. I really... Oh, those two! The depressed-looking dude with memory loss and the hat, black jacket. Oh, yes! Now I remember him. Okay, yeah, now I know exactly who you're talking about. I completely forgot he was a thing in Pokemon Arceus. I completely forgot it was a thing in Pokemon Arceus because I never played Pokemon Black and White. That I completely forgot that it actually was in that game. Fair enough, I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. You never played Black and White? No, I never did. Oh yeah, you got beat up. Holy shit. Diamond and Pearl and a few others, but I can't really say which one, because some of them I didn't really finish either. X and Y I know I finished. I say Diamond and Pearl, like Diamond I have, Y I have. I also have Sun, but I never finished it. Could technically do that, but no, I didn't really get stuck to it for some reason. Oh, you're finally here, that's right. Happened by the storage lockers. You're badly hurt, are you okay? Yo, you finished X and Y? Yeah, I finished Y. Because that's the one I had. I didn't have X. I had Y. Oh yeah, as it just answered, I have Y. I also have a really nice full art card of the Y Pokemon. Give me a second. What's the name of that thing? Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Probably because I'm tired. But I actually have to check now. I just have it in my storage. Wait, it was Ivital. Oh yeah, thank you. I just said the name and I looked at chat and was like, oh yeah, actually it is. Also, I kind of want to just look at the card because I think no, it wasn't a full art. It was a illustration art. So for those who doesn't know Pokemon, you have the full art, which is basically just no borders. No, well there are borders, but basically the text is like doesn't have like a background. Then you have the secret ones, which is the rainbow ones, I think. Then you also, there are a few other ones, but then you also have the illustration ones, which is basically, they don't just show the Pokemon, they show like how things are around them as well. So I have Ivital, like just in the sky, just surrounded by like weird ass fog looking thing. Yeah, that's a snake one. Cool, I actually have that. Not gonna lie, Ivital was top 10 my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, that actually looks really cool. That's why I got it in like the Y game as well, because I like that Pokemon. I think I got Moon actually. Sun and Moon, I got the Moon one. I didn't get the Sun one. Did you get hurt stopping that rubber last night? That's right. Threw this thing straight at me. Is this the pry bar that the robber used? Yep. Kept it as evidence, though it might help catch that scumbag. Good thinking. Can you tell us more about what happened last night? Yeah, of course. We do our rounds at 11 every night, checking the whole place. So like always, I was walking towards the lockers. And I saw some scumbag prying the locker door. I was shocked and shouted at him then. Oh, the bastard just threw his pry bar straight at me and ran away. The guy didn't even hesitate or anything, it all happened in a flash. Yo dude, between all of the cover art legendaries, which one would you say is your top 5? I like Ivital, to be honest. I like the sword one, the sword dog, because it just holds a sword in its mouth. I can't really do numbers right now because I'm way too fucking tired for that. I like the moon one as well. How many is that? That's 3, right? That's probably also why I got them. Diamond was the first one, but I don't really care too much about the Algia. Trying to remember other ones. I like the Dark Dragon from Black and White. That's actually kind of cool one. Any more cover art? I guess I kind of like Xernas as well, but I kind of like Ivital more. Do you remember what this person looked like? Well, it was really dark last night, and the blow from the hit did confuse me. Sorry, but I didn't really get a good look at the person. Apologies. Zekrom. Yeah, Zekrom. There's nothing to be sorry about. Never nice to take a hit to the face. He looks like he got hit multiple times. Surprised you didn't say Rayquaza. Ah, fair enough actually. Rayquaza is one of the ones. I don't know. I do like Rayquaza. Might exchange Rayquaza for the Sword Dog because that is like I do like how it's cool, but I don't know if Rayquaza is better than that. He had broad shoulders and oh, he was tall. I have no idea actually. Like like I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm trying to figure out. Like I know Rayquaza. Rayquaza is cool. I forgot there was a cover art one. But I don't know if I would exchange any one of the ones I have. Perhaps Xernas, but I like Xernas as well. But I would perhaps say that Rayquaza might be just above Xernas. So I would say like Xernas is in just 6, while the other ones is around top 5s there. The thief couldn't break into locker 222. Did anything else go missing? Nope, none of the safes were touched. None of our staff reported anything missing and reported any missing belongings. Well, I'm just glad the contents of the lockers are intact. We're just gonna check some stuff. I can't even check these right now. Yeah, nothing. I guess the door quite sturdy then. It looks like the robber did all he could to get it open. See the double lock on the locker is designed to engage itself when the wrong password is emitted multiple times. Whatever the robber did locked the locker like so. Once that system is triggered, not even my ex-wife could get her claws into it. But that problem is a problem on its own. We're in a bit of a pickle, yes? What kind of pickle? Well, if the secondary lock is activated, we need to enter the administrator password and reset the lock. But that password is missing right now. And we still don't know what's inside locker 222. What? How can such an important password just go missing? It seems like it got lost when the previous manager left the job. It's not like we use the password often either, so we forgot to. Not gonna lie, I feel like that is how it is with legendaries or even just Pokemon nowadays. Back when they looked cool, but now it just feels like animal but cooler. Which is fair and it can work like with Sword and Shield, but we end up with losing cool designs like Yveltal, Zekrom, Lunara and Rayquaza. Yeah, that's fair. Technically like Zekrom and, not only Zekrom, but Yveltal and at least Xernas is like animals as well. Lunara different definitely, Zekrom is different definitely, and definitely Rayquaza as well. It's a problem. I think knowing what the culprit was looking for inside the locker would be crucial for investigation. All is not lost. The previous manager did leave a note with some information about the password, but it said that the information isn't accessible. Can we have a look at the documents? Yeah, go ahead, go to the ticket office. Someone there should have it. Alright. Take care of yourself now. We'll let you know if you have any more questions. Yes, thanks. Call me anytime you need something. Damn, you really need to like go home and rest. You have done like a day. Oop. Also, apparently we had an ad break. I didn't even realize. Welcome back, everybody. As I said, I'm fucking knackered. I think its seller is staring at something intently. I have a feeling that it's the document the guard was talking about. Ah, welcome. Where to? I'm Detective William Russell from the Somerset Police Department. Yeah, but I only get that vibe from Xernas, to be honest, where it's like deer but cooler. When I look at Yveltal, I just think of like, whoa, that's a cool creature, before I think of it being an animal but cooler. That is kind of fair. For me, it was more like a bird with like its wings forward, more or less. But you might be right, actually. Oh, yes, hello. Oh, so, can I help you? I heard that a document related to the locker password was being kept here. Yveltal at least looks like a fancy monster or a creature, you know? Yeah, that's true. Oh, yes, we are taking a look at it now. We'd like to see what's inside the locker right away. Would you... Oh, but we aren't quite... Maybe you should take a look first. I think that would be faster. Okay. The former bus schedule manager left this document said to contain the administrator password for the lockers. I should take a look at the timetable. So there's a... Need locker password. Password is 9 out there. P is -5. PS word 910. Huh. Yo, dude, you wanna play a little game? Depends on, because my mind is gone. Yeah, well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Hey, a bit weird. It doesn't seem relevant at all. All to the password, doesn't it? A 40-year-old bus schedule from 1910. From 1910. I'll give you a list of some legendaries and you rank them. I'll keep it to one era so it doesn't get confusing. Ah, fair enough. I'm gonna try and see if I can rank them. There's a little scroll that looks more like a place in a bingo hall. Well, I honestly do agree with you, but at least according to the previous manager, the hints are all inside the bus timetables. Might as well punch in everything starting from 0. Oh, someone's already on it. I have a question for you. Did the previous manager set the locker password himself? Oh, yes. Wait, how did you know that? He did. I think he was in charge of the bus timetable. In charge of the schedule, so that's why he documented the bus timetable for 1910. Also, holy shit, I just realized when this game took place, World War II just ended only 5 years ago. Fair enough. Oh, that's right. It was the first timetable he drafted after he started working here. His job was to draft bus timetables every 10 years, you see. And he retired after drafting the bus timetable this year. The 1950 bus timetable, I mean. 40 years at this station, then. This is up the password he made this year's timetable, I assume. Well, was it? I think so, I'm not sure. Alright, thanks. So, something plus something. I believe you can figure out the password just like that. There is not much information, if any. The staff here has been on the whole day. I'm just going to figure it out right away. Of course, good to figure out everything out of the blink of an eye. Give me a bit more time? Well, give it a try. I call the station and get a welder here. The city was faster, you're the welder. Fair enough. I should first take a careful look at the document. Skipping dinner make me feel really hungry. Maybe a piece of candy could help me think if I'm stuck. A sugar rush might help. Anyway, if we figure out the password, I should try it out on Logger 222 anyway. Is it numbers, by the way? Yeah, it is numbers. It's a timetable for the buses that leaves from the train station. I suppose the man who was found dead on the beach also brought tickets based on this timetable. It's ready to a case and working, so I should keep a note of this. Yes, but it's not only for that thing, it's actually for what we have as well. Because this is the fuck just... Whoa! What? Whoa! Oh, why do you do this? Oh my god, that is so confusing. Hold on, can I do it with this thing as well? Oh, why is it doing that? Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so the question is, Is it supposed to be password and password? Or is it supposed to be PSSS? 8. Okay, hold on. I need a paper and a pen, and I don't know where my paper and pen is right now. I think it might be on the table. Oh. I think after the puzzle and after the rating, I might just end the stream a bit early. I'm a wee bit knackered. Feel I need a bit of a rest. Oh, that was right. That was the monsters I designed. Okay. Okay, I'm a bit uncertain, but fair enough. Rest is nice. Rest is good, especially like after like today. For some reason I was so damn tired, but at the same time I woke early, which I've not done in a while. I have been basically like heavy lifting. I haven't done that much either recently. Okay, so basically what this says is there's 6 A's. Where the hell is 6A? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, 6 A's. So basically it says there's 6 A's, there's 2 B in here. Okay, so if we do this, let's just check password. Because what I understand, those might be numbers. Because one looks like an 8, so perhaps this is pass, and word, which means that we're gonna find P is 5, 6. I actually like that it does this because it also allows me to know that, oh, there is something to do with the numbers. Oh, apologize. Then we need S. So there is 5S here. And then W is 1 O R, wait. Oh, 5, 7. Then we have D. There, Donna. 5. Dude, Giratina, Kyurem, Ivita Lunala. Okay, which one was Kyurem again? Give me a second. I remember the name, I just don't remember which Pokemon it was. Oh, I forgot that actually was one. I like how it looks, but at the same time it's like... I feel like that might... Okay, so Giratina probably first, Yveltal second, then Lunala, and then Kyurem. I think that's my choice. Okay, so now we go here. So we're gonna go to 6. Hell yeah, Platinum first. Never played Platinum actually. A beach, there we go. There is a 9 here. S is 6, 6. W 2. O 6. R 9. And then D 7. Yeah, you only played Pearl, right? For Gen 4. Yes, exactly. I only played that. Okay, so we have this now. So we split this again. So I don't really understand how to do P-double. So could it be pi? Nah, that would not be it. I'm trying to figure out how it does here, because it does those in... Wait, what? Why do you react like that now? What? Wait, hold on, I missed something. Why did you... I wrote diamond and your brain changed. Did I? Probably I fucking did. I thought I said diamond. The fuck? I read diamond. Why? I must have thought diamond and pearl. You said pearl. Fucking hell. I think like the thing is, like, most of the times whenever I say games, I say sun and moon. I say diamond and pearl. Like you, for example, said black and white. So I think my brain went with diamond. I say pearl, as in diamond and pearl. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, by the way, yes, I am tired. I'm trying to figure out how to do this though. So this is 1910 plus 1950. So what I have is 5655 and 5966. Then I have 1575 2697. Yeah, I am knackered. So, but the question is, how do I... Okay, so 8. Well, that's not 8. And 5, that's not 5 either. So P minus 5. A, B to C. I am confused here a bit because I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, and I know I need 4 numbers. I need to do 1910 bus list plus 1950 bus list. But the problem is I have 2 lines of 4, has and word. And if I add those together, it's gonna be definitely more than 4 numbers. Because I see they basically took away the A in the first password, and that is correct, that becomes 5. But in the other one they take away A and S and say it's gonna be 8 and 5, I think. But that's incorrect because it is 8, 6 and 9. Right? Wait a second. Is it 6 and 9? Hold on, I'm gonna have to check here again. 0, 6, yes. R, 9, yes. But the rest I don't understand. So, if we do one of them, why are they lined like this though? Why are they lined like P, W, A, O, S, R, S, D? Why are they lined like that? Do they mean... Am I supposed to subtract them? To make a 4 digits and then do plus? Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. 5 minus 1 is 4. But that's not correct. Because that becomes minus 1. And then about minus 3. That does not work. Because the first number is 5,655. Well, the other one is 1,575. That's a minus 1. So... And how do you know what you're supposed to remove? Because if all of those little notes of his is his own notes, basically like the scratch away A, get 5, scratch away A, get 8, then I'm wondering what you're supposed to scratch out, as there isn't really anything there. So adding gets more. Technically, adding does not get more. Give me a second here. What if I add them together instead? So we get 6. We get 11. We get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we get 10. And that becomes 7, 2, 3, 1. 6 plus 2 is 8. 9 and 6 become 15. And well, 6 and 9 becomes technically the same thing, is 15. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 9, 5, 6, 6, 3. But if I add those together, it's gonna be way, way much more than a 4-digit number. What does this guy have to think about this? I should figure out the administrator's password for locker and open locker 222, see what the thief was after. If I'm stuck, I might as well try a candy they sell at the shop. Candy? Huh. Fuck it. I'm gonna get the candy, apparently get a tip. If I'm stuck, I might as well try a candy sell at the shop. Might as well solve the problem somehow. Well, I got a candy. Alright, let's have it. I should stop for a moment and think. Huh? Is that... the fuck am I doing? What? I am confused. It tells me that I can get hints or something by buying candy or eating candy, but I didn't get anything from it at all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like figure this out next time, because I have actually no clue what I'm trying to figure out. Because I don't know what of these scrabbles are hints, and what of these scrambles are basically anything necessary. Not only that, but I've already bought 2 candy. The only thing it says is I probably should like stay up and just like think for a moment. I already thought for a moment and nothing happened. should figure out them for the lockers. But after, if I'm stuck, I might as well try a candy they sell at the shop. It might help me solve the problem. Is this a bug or something? Because I have bought some. Purchase this for a hint about the password document. Alright, let's have it. I should stop for a moment and think. Yeah, I know, and I have been thinking, and the problem is when I do that, to say I probably should buy more candy. This guy is a candy addict. And I can't do it while he's speaking. Maybe you can give it to someone else who is a smoker. No, candy. We're buying candy. We don't buy the smokes, we're buying candy, because if I do this, I basically, I think this guy thinks better if he gets sugar in the body. But for some reason it doesn't want to work. And it's only that one that basically is buyable anyway. Like, there's nothing else that is purchasable. Also, don't ask me why I said buyable. I changed me whenever I, said it that. Oh yeah, I can do it again. So basically, I'm gonna go over here first, just a bit quick. Then I'm gonna do this. This is with thinking. I should figure out the administrator's password for the locker and open 222 and see what the thief was after. If I'm stuck, I might as well try a candy they sell at the shop. It might help me solve the problem somehow. Okay, so I go here. Then I go and take a look. Then I go to Eden cigarettes, which is just age 15 plus only. A milk bar, which I can't do. And then these. Purchase this for a hint about the password document. Purchase. Alright, let's have it. Yo, welcome! Welcome, Ash. I am speaking English, yes, it does say that. Also, welcome. I should, and then it says this guy. I should stop for a moment and think. And unfortunately, no, I do not want to. Unfortunately, Ash, I do not want to, and I do recommend don't go into anyone's stream and do that the first thing you do. Because that is not something you should do, because people... Wait, what the hell happened? How did this happen? How? I was looking away from my screen, and somehow I managed to get the hint open now. How did I do that? How? William... Yeah, ignorance is a bliss. But that was only because some lines were drawn between the letters. William said it looked like a bingo board, but that was because the... 9, 6, 7, 9, 6. Wait, what? Yep. Yes, two numbers were written down in parallel and subtracted vertically. Is that the number or is that a tip? Because I tried to do that, but the problem was I will get a minus or something. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. It might just have been that I was so ignorant about doing this math thing that I basically went, hey, if that becomes minus, everything becomes minus. Okay, give me a second here. I might have been on the right track, but I decided to do plus instead. So basically, the first password is 5655, and then 1575. We do minus, we become 4. If we do 6 minus 5 becomes 1. Then we have 7, 5 minus 7, which becomes 5, 6, 7, so minus 2. And then when 5, 5 is 0, so if I'm not mistaken, it's 4, 0, 2, 0. The other one is 6966 2697. Also, it's not 2, it's 8 because it goes downwards. It's not minus 2. It takes from the other number before that, which I don't know why I did it in the wrong direction then. So 6 minus 7 becomes minus 1 there, which becomes 9, so 8, I guess. So 6 minus 8 it becomes 2. There's a 2 difference there, I think. No, wait a second, fucking hell. Is that a 9 then? And that's an 8. Then 9, 6, 5 is 4. And 6, 2 is 6, 5, 4. So it either is 4, 4, so 8, 4, 5, 0, 1. Or it is 8, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 70. Okay, we have 2 numbers here. And A and S have been crossed out because 10 was borrowed from the hundreds and 10 columns. And the reason why 5 is written above the cross A on the left is because it borrowed 10 to the next column and would originally have been 6. And originally the 8 above the cross was 9 and 6 respectively. Ah, so I technically did right. No, I did both wrong and right because I did the below one rather than above one. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. Oh yeah, there is the hint. Why did they show it the hint now? That is so confusing. I'm gonna check these 2 numbers. Otherwise, I am gonna have to wait this for the next time I play this game because Jesus, I am actually kind of tired. So 8501. 8501. No. 8570. Nah. Okay, you know what? I am gonna call it there. As you probably noticed, I am fucking tired.